Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Julie Oparka, and I will be presenting a case study on determining descriptive practices for a community archive. I will touch on the highlights from my report in this presentation, but the main objective of the case study was to answer the question, how did the Romeo Community Archives develop its descriptive practices? Using the prevailing literature as a guide, this case study examined archival descriptive practices and how they were determined and put into practice at the RCA. The Romeo Community Archives, located in Romeo, Michigan, was established in 2017 to preserve and provide access to materials which document local history about the village of Romeo and the townships of Washington and Bruce. Collections include materials about persons, organizations, businesses, and events that play an important role in the three communities. In the photo to the right, you can see part of the Joan D. and Melvin E. Blake collection, which features the Romeo Observer. It was a local newspaper that was published from 1866 to 2015. Hunter reasoned that description is the bridge between preserving records and making them available. It is the opportunity for the archivist to record what is known about the collection and its arrangement in a way that will facilitate access by researchers. Description requires both clear and concise writing skills and a feel for the research questions archival patrons ask. Providing access to the collections is a mission policy of the RCA, and a need for descriptive practices to facilitate an efficient workflow is essential because there is limited staff time for processing. Currently, there are only 2 staff members working in the archives. Myself, I am a branch specialist, and Stacy Guzzo, who is the branch manager and archivist. Both of us agreed to consider the practices of DAX, EAD, and creating MARC records. We also looked at different software solutions we evaluated cost, learning curve, reliability, support, and upgrading capabilities. Nielsen commented that consistency in the content of archival description facilitates users' ability to understand finding aids without decoding by an archivist. Standardized description is also more readily repurposed for various uses. Example, printed finding aid, HTML for website, XML in a finding aids database, and MARC for online catalog. Because of its flexibility and interoperability, it is easy to understand why DAX is a widely used content standard in the United States. EAD may be outdated and challenging to create and publish, but it is in use by many institutions to provide online access to finding aids. What struck me the most while researching the literature about EAD was this comment by Dow that she wrote in 1997. Long-term survival strategies for small repositories must include a web presence which provides at least a catalog of holdings, preferably inventories for larger collections, and probably portions of the collections themselves, because it seems clear that researchers will go to those sites that do have these resources. Harvey made a compelling case for creating MARC records. The authors argued that the process has facilitated searching and discovery of the materials by a much broader audience of university library users, as well as users from all of the other member libraries and the general public. Creating MARC records from an EAD file is not a difficult task, and it provides another access point to archival materials for researchers. Stacy and I created a list of preferred features in a software program that we would like to have for the archive. We would prefer if it was cost-effective, that it follows the standards of the profession, is DAX, EAD, and MARC compatible, it offers a streamlined workflow, is easy to learn and use, has technical support from the vendor, is reliable, flexible, and searchable, and it makes it easy to publish finding aids online. After a lot of research and debate, Stacy and I came to the conclusion that PastPerfect would be the best software for our needs and wants for the archive. It is easy to learn, reliable, and will provide a streamlined workflow. Stacy presented the findings of our research to the director and the library board and was granted funds to purchase PastPerfect and PastPerfect Online for the RCA. Taking the time to research current archival standards such as DAX, EAD, and MARC in the literature, and knowing the underlying principles and why they matter made this process worthwhile. Moving forward, the archival practices will be put in place for a streamlined workflow process. We achieved the goals we had set out to accomplish and determined the best solution to provide descriptive practices for the Romeo Community Archive. Thank you for watching my presentation.